Have you ever wondered what would happen if someone made a super heavy tank with a really big gun and tried to drive it through some walls? Well, Germany did. They called it Hitler's biggest mistake, or the Nazis' ultimate weapon, or the 1,000-ton monster. Although that last one might just be me. This is the story of Hitler's secret super tank that failed miserably. It was the height of World War II and Germany was losing badly. By 1943, they were desperate for a miracle weapon that could turn the tide of war. So they went all in on developing the world's largest and most powerful tank, codenamed Project 1000-Tonner. Now, to put this plan into action, they recruited Ferdinand Porsche, the same guy who designed the Volkswagen Beetle. And he came up with a design for a tank so advanced that it seemed straight out of a sci-fi movie. It had a massive 290mm cannon that could shoot further and more accurately than any other tank at the time. The armor was incredibly thick, over 200mm, which was so strong that it could withstand small arms fire and even some anti-tank weapons. And it had a crew of 5, a driver, a gunner, a loader, a radio operator, and a commander. But there was one major problem. It weighed 1,000 tons, which was 10 times heavier than the average tank. And this thing wasn't even done yet. The plan was to mount a jet engine on top of the tank to power it forward like a rocket. But this added even more weight, bringing the total to a staggering 1,800 tons. You can probably guess how this turned out. The tank was a total disaster. It couldn't move. It was too heavy for the suspension system. It kept breaking down. And to make matters worse, it cost a fortune. By the time they finished developing it, it was 1945, and the war was almost over. But Hitler was still in denial. He didn't want to hear bad news, so he ordered the tank to be mass-produced. They built 3 of them, but they never saw any action. They were all captured by the Allies and dismantled. The story of the 1,000-tonner is a reminder that bigger isn't always better, and sometimes the best-laid plans can go horribly wrong. But it's also a fascinating example of what could have been. Imagine if this tank had worked. How would it have changed the course of history? Would it have given Germany the victory they were looking for? We'll never know. Thanks for watching.